Okay, so in this video, we're gonna assume that you have all of your settings already filled in from your last video, and we're gonna set up our room. So the most important part is to draw our walls. And to do that, you're gonna go right here and you're gonna hit draw walls. That's basically all you really need to use from here. You could set your wall height if you have that. That's always a really good thing to make it accurate. But I always typically leave that to 96 inches unless we actually know the height of the walls. The wall thickness as well, if you know, it really doesn't matter unless it's like a partition or something like that where you know what the wall thickness is or if it actually comes into play in the design. Now once you hit draw walls, you'll have to click. So if you have a straight wall, you're going to click and hold it. Okay, and I'm not even holding it right now. So if I just click it, it's going to start a new wall. So this doesn't have to be exact, but now I want to get off of this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, and now I have this wall. And I can move this wall around. I could resize it, very easy. I can also resize it here if I know exactly what that wall is. If it's a 10-foot wall, I'm going to put 120 inches. It's going to ask me which way I want to stretch it. Doesn't matter. So this is the side that you're going to have your cabinets on. Okay, so now if you wanted the cabinets to be on this side, you would have to rotate it by clicking on that rotate button, or you can move it around using this button here. Now if I wanted to make this into an L shape, that's no problem. I just click on draw walls. I click on here. It's going to ask me if I want to join it to the right corner. I click OK, and then I just put in this wall again. It's going to ask me, it's going to try to make another wall, but I'm going to right click so it disappears, and then I can control this length as well. And then I hit enter, and now I could check out what my walls look like by clicking on a 3D. You can go to the fill to look at the more realistic version of what it looks like. Now you can also make these walls invisible by clicking on that visible button right there. Okay, that's how you set up your room. Now we are going to start adding cabinets. In this tab right here, products, at the very top, this is where you add all of your products, which are your cabinets. You want to make sure you are in the HDPE. This is our library. You do not want to use anything else for cabinets. Only use the HDPE folder for these cabinets. Simply start dragging and dropping, and then you can control which wall you want to put this on right here. Our standard depth is 24 inches. However, our boxes are 23, so we always want to make sure that is 23 inches. And then you can define your width. And the height, you always want to leave standard. This is your standard height, so I wouldn't mess with that unless the customer is asking for something specific. And then you want to control your ends. This tells the software which side gets a finished end, which one has an unfinished one. And so right now it has a finished end as right only. That means that it's thinking that this is a left unfinished end. But if this is going to be our first cabinet, we want the left to only be a finished end. So by selecting left, the left side is going to be a finished end, the right side is going to be an unfinished end. So this is a one door cabinet, very simple. If I wanted to add more cabinets, I can add a sink cabinet. I could add a two-drawer, a double trash right there. Again, set it for 23 inches depth. And as you can see, finished ends say none, which we want to leave. Now let's say for this door, we want the door to swing the other way. So we would click on rehinge, and you can see up here, it moves. So you want to have that hinge on that side is the proper way to do it. Now this corner section right here, what you need to keep in mind is that this can either be a blind corner cabinet or this could be a dead corner. So we can keep on adding cabinets. Okay. As you see, we're going to have a conflict here. So we do have to make sure that we have enough space. And that's going to be the depth of this cabinet plus 3. So this is 24 inches. So this needs to be away 24 inches plus 3. So right here, 24 plus 3 would be 27. So it needs to be right there. And then you could add more cabinets to fill in those spaces. We do have a left wall filler. Okay. It works as a filler for either side, so don't worry about it saying left wall filler. It could work as either side. It's cross compatible. This side doesn't need to be so big. So there you go. Then we can look at our 3D. Let's adjust this hinge. That looks better. And now you could also export this to Mozaik, sorry, SketchUp by using this button right here. This will import into SketchUp. I'm not going to show you in this video, but I'll show you separately. So that's basically the rundown of how you add cabinets, resize them, also clearances as well. So if we are adding a fridge, which our drawer fridge right here is an outdoor fridge. Okay, we want to have 1/2 inch clearance on both sides. So our left clearance is going to be set to 0.5 inches. So it has enough clearance on that side. This is just a video showing you the walls and how to place your cabinets. You can use the center. This centers it within a space and this centers it on a wall. So if you have two cabinets, if you want something centered between two cabinets and they're not going right against each other, then you'll pick this one. If you want it centered on the wall, this is where you select your cabinet and you select the center item on a wall. That's usually good for centering grills on your walls. I don't really play with these too much, so these might be useful, but again, so once you finalize your cabinet, it's very important. You want to go to each one and make sure that your finished ends are all set. So this is all proper. This does not get a finished end because this is not going to be seen. So this is correct. See, this has a finished end on your right, but we do not want any finished ends on this. Another thing to understand too, you never want to have a refrigerator be the last item on your run. So we in this case, we would need to reduce the size of this cabinet. Again, 0.5 inches. And we need to put an end cap over here. So we're going to go into HDPE. And down here is our end cap. Okay. And this is so that it looks finished at the end. And you also need this for support at the end of your run. So remember, refrigerators or ice makers can never be the last product in your cabinet run. They need to be sandwiched between two cabinets, and if you're not going to do that, then you have to have this end cap here, which we made specifically for that purpose. It cannot be any less than 4 inches, just like the double trash pullout cannot be any less than 18 inches. So I will show you those kinds of settings in the next video.